Are you a novice to kink or BDSM? Are you interested and intrigued and curious about partaking in certain kinks, but not quite ready to really truly establish a power exchange dynamic? Or you're curious but don't quite understand or know the proper protocols to be able to initiate a play, scene, or session? If you're enjoying the information and the lessons, please don't forget to like and subscribe. I appreciate you all's support. Now let's get into it. This is when pick-up play may be ideal for you. In the lifestyle of BDSM and kink, a lot of scenes are pre-negotiated and pre-planned prior to play. With pick-up play, they're not necessarily pre-planned or pre-negotiated. They're actually scenes that you can lightly negotiate prior to play, right before the scene. So it's not something that's planned, but it's super duper important to still negotiate certain protocols like safety protocols, safe word protocols, aftercare, any pre-existing health conditions, any boundaries that you may have. Pickup play is usually best performed at play parties and events and like kinky gatherings, right? So this is when you find yourself observing the scene, observing the room, observing the space, and you see a lot of play going on. And you're not really sure how to be able to initiate an exchange with someone at this particular space. So this is when pickup play etiquette comes into fruition. There's a couple of steps to pick up play etiquette. This helps you be able to navigate those spaces safely, successfully, and respectfully. Now, me being a top or a dom at a play party, usually I am playing. Usually I'm doing a little spanking, doing a little choking, or doing all types of different activities, right? And you would like to approach me or approach another dominant or top that you see that's doing some giving of exchanging, right? You want to approach a dominant or a top that is at a play party, but you're not quite sure. Are you a little apprehensive of what's the actual steps to be able to do that, right? So you want to make sure that you respect the space and you give proper distance for when a scene is actually active and happening. So if you see an active scene, you don't want to just tap on that person's shoulder and say, hey, can I be next? Hey, I would love to try that. We don't do that. We wait for the scene is finalized and it's finished. And that is even waiting for the aftercare process to complete. And that may take a little bit of time, or it may not take that much time at all. But the key is patience. The key is making sure that the person you are trying to establish a exchange with understands that you are a respectful person and that you know the etiquette to respecting a scene and you're maintaining proper distance between you and that scene that is actually actively happening and occurring. Now, once the scene has ended, now it's time to approach. Approaching is when you actually approach the particular person that you're trying to exchange with. You introduce yourself. Hi, my name is Madam Carmen, and I enjoyed what I just experienced and seen with you and your play partner at the moment. I was curious to know if there was a possibility if I could partake in that particular activity. For the sake of discussion, we'll say flogging. Now, hi, my name is Madam Carmen, and I was very intrigued by what I saw, what you were doing with your play partner there, and how you guys were exchanging that energy. I, too, find myself pretty curious and would love to try it. Be honest now. This is where the honesty and the transparency comes in. You have to let them know if you had any experience in this particular type of activity. If you've never been flogged, if you've never participated in a certain kink that you witnessed, then it's super duper important to let them know that. It's important to know that for safety reasons and for affirming your autonomy. Once that occurs and they give you the green light or they give you that consent to say, yes, we can actually have this exchange. The next thing is also aftercare. Aftercare is super important. No matter how short or long the scene is, aftercare should be a part of the exchange. It happens after play, after the actual scene. But the scene's not really over until we've had aftercare. And aftercare doesn't have to be super duper detailed. If it was a light exchange, maybe a hug or some rubs or even a handshake may do. But it's super important to have that discussion. Even water, some refreshments, being able to have an eye contact. I call it pillow talk, an eye contact pillow talk conversation about the experience and what you gained from that, or would you do it again, or what you didn't like from it, or what could have been better, or what you enjoyed the most. Aftercare is what you make it, but it's super duper important so you won't leave with feeling depleted or defeated or objectified in a way. You leave feeling like a human and validated and present. One of the reasons why I love pickup play is it's good for novice kinksters. It's good for novice individuals who are just now exploring and experiencing and are very curious about the lifestyle and the scene. And they want to know a little bit more. They want to inch themselves into the lifestyle and not just dive themselves in it. And this is a great way to be able to do that. A little taste of the kink instead of the full-fledged meal. It's also great to scratch an itch. If you haven't kinked in a while and you go to a play party and you're like, I could use a little bit of Spanx. I could use a little bit of this. It's super cool to have the option of pickup play to be able to get that little scratch of that itch, to satiate a little urge. You know what I'm saying? And lastly, it is a great way to establish kinks and boundaries. If you're not sure if it's something that you like, try it. Get a little taste of that and see if it's something that you like. If it's something that you don't like, it's okay. You tried it, you learned, and now we can move forward. And you write that on your list. Now, if you have any questions, feel free to drop them in the comments. I love to hear you guys' experiences on pickup play and any additional information that you may want to add. Till next time, happy kinking. Thank you.